Hello everyone, my name is Tim Vittel, and normally at this very moment I would be spending hours in a small van together with some of my favorite people as we were about to play some kind of festival or a venue. Sadly, because of the situation, we are stuck back home as it all has changed. And damn, do I miss these guys. Yeah, pretty much actually. It's lonely. So it's time to check on my friends and have a little talk. On today's episode, I will talk with Adrian Delange, and since 2015, he played about 80% of the shows on the guitar. And the other 19.9%, he was probably busy playing shows with one of his probably million other music projects he has got, or he was in front of the class as a teacher English. And the other 0.1%, he was actually playing one show, I do believe, on the drums, which was a great surprise, which I enjoyed a lot. Adrian Delange, also known as Mr. Happy, my after-show buddy with only one mission. We will be the last guy standing. We will turn off the light.
Yes.
Adrian, I don't want to waste too much time on the whole Corona thing, but I need to ask this. How are you doing, and how is it to turn off the light only back home every night again? Well, not lonely, together with your wife, of course, but how are you doing these days? What are you doing these days?
Well, yeah, that's all right. I've been sick. I don't think it was Corona, but I'm not sure. So,
oh man, yeah.
I just stayed inside. My wife's all right, so all good.
Yeah, but
yeah.
You're right now working. Can you work teacher-wise?
Yeah,
probably digital.
This is exactly
online.
What I do every day.
So you're a pro in this. Nice. Yeah, it's a crazy situation for everyone. We cannot play at this very moment. It sucks. I don't know how we're gonna solve this. I need to play. I don't know about you.
I have the same thing. I'm so bored, and I make a lot of music now at home, obviously, but it's just not the same. Right? It's just I need to be on the road and outside of the house and just hanging out with friends. But
I think the fun part right now is missing. I know you like studio work a lot. You do that back home as well. As you forgot actually to mention, you've been building your own nice man cave in the garden. So yeah, but it's still different. It's for me personally, it's the fun aspect of everything. It's just sharing fun things and yeah,
hanging out with the guys, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's the shows obviously in the audience, but it's just hanging out and then cracking silly jokes, drinking beer. It's just it's not the same.
Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Yeah,
yes. Well, I'm doing this right now, and I don't know if it's any cool for the people, but I want everyone to get to know you guys because we see you on stage. We know your Mr. Happy thing. Maybe some people think like, oh, that guy's always grumpy, and then they see you at the show, they're like, oh, he's always happy dancing around. But it's so much more than this. And for me, one of the most important things to do, the most important things to be on the road is to share that with my friends and not some kind of amazing musicians. I mean, you guys are amazing musicians, but the most the most important thing is for me is that I have good guys there or girls that we can have a lot of fun with, and we can have jokes, and it's like 23 hours probably a day you're spending together,
exactly,
not on stage,
right?
and that's the most thing. So for me, I want the people to know you guys better. So let's talk a little bit and let's figure out who is Adrian Delange, aka Mr. Happy.
All right.
So yeah, normally we will be on the road right now, and or about to hit the road. Every weekend right now in the festival season. I'm just curious, what are the 5 things you will pack? Like, if you can only choose 5 things to pack in your bag, except for the whole gear stuff, of course. Like, what are the must-haves for you to have on tour? Maybe some other starting musicians, or maybe even some pros might think like, ooh, he's got a good idea.
So the 5 things I would bring on tour.
Yeah, like the first 5. Well, no, only 5 things. You can only take 5 things. What are you going to take with you?
All right. It's difficult. Sunglasses is important because you look. I mean, after a few days, you hardly sleep. You look like shit,
especially when you turn off the lights.
Right. Nah, it's a rookie mistake not to sleep enough. But the glasses, they help. Sometimes they make you look like an arrogant prick, but most of the time they make you look healthier than you feel, and that's always good.
And but just sunglasses is totally fine, except when it's on stage, I guess.
Yeah,
I think we always have a rule: we don't do that on stage. It happened actually. I found a picture where we had sunglasses on stage. Not cool. No, it's just no. It's just sometimes when it's like blinding you the whole time. If you're like early afternoon, the sun is totally straight in your face. Yeah, or you can be crying, or you keep your eyes closed, or sunglasses. But yeah, normally we don't do that.
And then usually after 3 songs, you're so sweaty, they're falling down anyway. So it doesn't really work for me. But in the van, it's great. Even if you want to sleep in the van as well, it's nice to have a bit more darkness in your eyes.
Yeah, but
so
then people can't see that you're sleeping, so they're gonna ask you like, "Hey, Adrian, what are you doing?"
Sleep is sacred. Sleep is sacred in the van.
It is. It definitely is. Yeah.
So that's 1. Oh man, 5.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Underwear is so important.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, no, yeah.
Yeah, underwear and socks. When you can wear pants for several days, it's fine, right? Or a shirt, you can have one show shirt and then like sort of switch around with other shirts, so that you'll have one that's super dirty, but you're on stage anyway, so
nasty.
Who cares?
It can be so nasty.
Yeah.
The stage show just show like, oh man.
I love it. That's one of the things I miss, right? So after a few shows, you have a shirt. It's a black shirt, and then every night it turns sort of white because of the saltiness of the sweat. Yeah. And then before the show, you just make it wet to make that disappear.
Yeah, but it doesn't have. I mean, I don't think it actually helps. I mean, the only thing you can wish for is that you're gonna sweat early enough, so it will still cover the stains.
Yeah,
right?
That's the point.
Yeah,
that's why I'm so active on stage.
But like, even if you like want to wash it off, it doesn't make sense because they will be back anyway.
Yeah, it's still
Do you have some gadgets on tour? Like, I don't know, some kind of special training thing, or I've seen guitar players with their finger training things. Do you do that kind of shit?
I thought about that, and it's a perfect opportunity to read books. I never read books.
I have the same thing. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No, and it's the same with video games and all that. No, I don't think I've done that either. No, music obviously. I listen to a lot of music on in the van, right? When you have hours to kill.
Yeah. We will get that back to that later on regarding music thing. But like any other things you really need to have with you. Do you bring your own pillow on tour?
No,
right?
No. I was thinking maybe you know something that's annoying that I always bring. But
for me, the most important thing is it's like the earplugs, like the ones you sleep with, the really soft ones, because as soon as they like are a little bit harder, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna wake up at night. But earplugs, I should not leave without earplugs because. Man, we have some people with us sometimes that I don't know what they're doing.
I remember
how big the forest is.
We had snoring rooms and non-snoring rooms at some point. That was so important.
It is that really can ruin my whole night. That's no, it's a massive struggle. Other things.
I forgot one. Yeah, shave, like something to shave with. So I did one run with you, and I forgot it's like shaving, stuff, material, right? And then, I mean, some people liked it, but I felt like a bum, right? It's like this dirty, rapey mustache.
Next tour, we're gonna leave everything behind, like back at home.
No,
really?
It's so annoying.
Is that really that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, other than I mean, they're all basic things like a laptop or a phone. I mean, in my case, a laptop could do more. I hate working on a phone. I cannot really work on a phone. So yeah, those are the things. I have to be honest. I've always been the guy for the gadgets, especially on tour.
Really?
Yeah, but I just probably not the last years. Like I was always thinking out everything. The first years I had one of those army foldable beds. So like no, because the beginning years I always had to sleep on the ground, and I didn't want to sleep on the ground anymore. So I just had like this foldable bath thing, It's actually useless, but I've used it a couple of times. Yeah, I think I actually took it with me on tour in the States. So yeah, because
that's
I wanted
great.
to just sleep well, and I think a travel pillow. I had a travel pillow, like
The one you
no.
fly with.
Oh, I hate those things. I don't.
Yeah,
they're
they don't do
useless. No, they're like the really soft ones. They're not that big. They're really small, but they fit right with your head. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just thinking. I bet I might have a bunch of gadgets, but I totally forgot about it. I wasn't prepared to answer this question myself.
No.
I was just hoping for you to just say like, "Oh yes, I always have my
Or
special
you could,
bags of
you
tea."
could. Yeah, but like you could bring like I don't know, running gear, right? So you could work out, or I don't know, yeah, weights and stuff.
I always bring my running shoes with. I never fucking use them.
So I learned the hard way that I'm just a lazy bum, and I just do. Yeah, I like doing nothing.
But I have to admit, I think if there's one person to win the prize to travel light, it's gonna be you.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's sort of
right.
a dirty award to win as well. Like I said, it's like I have enough underwear and socks because
Hey, that's all you need, Toothbrush, underwear, socks.
Yeah, but like we've done runs, and then I came home. It's like I haven't even worn this pair of pants, right?
Yeah, but I have to tell this as well. Like at the beginning of every tour, it doesn't matter how long it is, a month, a week, or whatever. I'm always the guy who's just set up the plan, and I'm gonna tell everyone, hey, we're gonna go on tour. We have a small van, and we always have a small van. It just always just fits to the centimeter. And I always tell everyone, don't bring enough with you. Don't bring enough with you, but don't bring too much with you. And everyone is always like scared, and then everyone is still having like a trolley and a backpack, and then you always show up with only one backpack. And I was like, oh man, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, you could at least bring a little case with you. But no, much respect. You always made it happen.
Yeah.
You were never. I never thought that. Oh, that dude is really fucking smelly or anything. So keep on doing what you're doing. This is great. This is perfect. Yeah.
No, it's like, and like you said, you have these training things to train your fingers, but I don't use after 2 or 3 days, you just want to rest your hands, right?
You want to rest overall. You want to sleep.
Yeah, listen to some music and want people to shut up mostly.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a reason why they call me Mr. Happy. Yeah,
Mr. Happy. Let's talk about Mr. Happy. I don't know. I've been thinking about it the last couple of days. How did that happen?
No, it definitely started because of you, or us at least. But I think like the thing it is, when I don't sleep 8 hours a night, then I might get a bit grumpier. I need to turn myself on and off sometimes. And then the way my face feels comfortable is not the way I look happy. So I think that's where it comes from. It's just, if I just have, like, in my opinion, a neutral face, it's what's it called? A resting bitch face or something? It has a name. It's a thing. Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's called resting bitch face.
I didn't know that, but... Yeah, well, that's good to, so that people know how and why.
But usually for the pictures, it's so hard to not laugh, right? I try so hard.
I love that picture that I posted last time. It's the one with the glasses.
Yeah, that's the best one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
And then there's the one we did. We did this huge arena show as a sport, and then we're in this like fucking huge hall, and then there's you fucking happy and me trying to not be happy that we're playing.
But you were happy.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Sorry. Do you remember the first run I started eating vegetarian, and I think it was with Papa Roach.
Yeah. It was with Papa Roach in Berlin in the Columbia Halle.
Yeah. That is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, but that's the story behind it that the people mostly don't really know. But I still, it was your first tour as a vegetarian.
I think.
I think now we're all vegetarian, almost. But I still remember, that it was your first run. I think you just became vegetarian, like really, like, or maybe on that tour. And it's a big hall, and normally the food is like crazy. And I guess Papa Roach isn't vegetarian. So there were not many options. Actually,
I don't know.
Not a lot of options.
The meat looked great. It's
Yeah.
so funny. Like I don't know if people have seen this picture, but it's just us two with two plates, and then one is full of this awesome meat dishes, and then I think potato salad and sauerkraut. I think that was
I think
it.
so. Yeah, I think it was exactly that. Yeah, it was a fun moment. Definitely.
It was still pretty good though. It was still tasty.
Yeah,
I remember.
well, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So completely other thing. This would be your fifth year, if I'm right. 2015, your first tour.
Yeah, I
Should
think
be.
so. Yeah,
Yes.
October. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be your fifth year. You're obviously not in it for the money. You know, no, that's a fact. You know, it's still, yeah. You know, we do what we do, and I wish I could just all say like, hey guys, here you go. You don't have to work anymore. But hey, you got a good job. You have, you enjoy doing your job most of the time. But anyway, you're not in it for the money, or else you would have chosen probably some kind of other act to play along with. But I'm still surprised, and it's, I mean, of course, the fun overweights everything, but we're in a van together, and sometimes those travels are 8 hours, and sometimes we have to fly to shows, and sometimes we have to travel like the whole day for just one single show. Why? Why is it that you're doing this? Because obviously you don't have to do this. Money-wise, it's also another thing, and sometimes the struggle is real.
It
Right?
is, yeah. I mean, it's two reasons, right? So first of all, like you said, I'm not in it for the money, and I have that luxury because I'm a teacher normally, right? So, obviously it's nice to get some money for a show, but for me, I'm already blessed that it doesn't cost me any money. For years, making music costs me money, and then now, like I just get a text and there's a van in front of my house. I get my guitar and my amplifier. I get in, and then the adventure starts, right? So if you're in it for just the music, then you're gonna have 23 hours a day, like you said. That might be super rough sometimes, and sometimes it's super fun. And sometimes, they're long hours. But if you have the right people around you, and that's what I appreciate you for so much as well. It's like the first question you ask when a new musician comes along is like, is he a great guy to hang out with? So it's nothing about like how well does he play guitar or bass or drums, right? No, it's like, is he a cool guy to have around for 8 hours in the van, right? Because that's what it's about, right? And then if you can make do on stage, you're good. And then over the years, you have such a nice set of people around you that it's so much fun, and it's adventure, right? It's that's what I do it for, and then the shows are just a cherry on top.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, there's still. I still remember last year. I think we had a show in Italy, which was crazy. Remember the one with the car and everything? Where we with the rental car.
I remember.
I mean, that was not your problem that much, but still, no. I mean, I'm so surprised, and I mean, I can understand that you like to make music, but it's not always, 10-hour traveling, but they are there, and I don't know. I think it's really fucking awesome, and I think that is also one of the reasons why we are doing this together, is that we have the same thoughts, and but still, I mean, I could totally understand if you would say like, I cannot do this. We have a lot of people coming and going. Some stay for a couple of years and then they go again, which is definitely. I mean, it's always hard to say goodbye. Well, not. I mean, they will always stay friends for most of the time, but it's just, I can totally understand if someone says like, well, I'm done.
And you can't blame people for that either.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't.
Because you invest a lot of time, and at some point,
For what? I mean, for cool stories, but we are all getting older. Some of us are getting kids, some of us are whatever.
Yeah, or you might have a job that doesn't let you go for a week or two, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you need these securities in your life as well.
Especially the older we get. I realize that, because I think when we talk about 15 years ago, when we were about 20 or maybe even younger, we could do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, rent was like $200 or euros a month, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and now you have to pay for a house and everything.
Yeah. You have to pay for a house and sit in your nice and lovely garden. What a terrible life, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst.
When the sun is shining. Yeah.
But in the end, it's the adventure that makes it worth it, right? And then
exactly. Yeah.
You can't complain when you're at a birthday and you see old friends. You're like, okay, what do you do now? And then they're like, well, I'm in insurance, or I work for a bank. And then you can say, well, last week I was in Milan and I ate pasta pesto with like locals, right? Yeah. So it's life experience, it's adventure.
That is right. Yeah, I got to know new cultures maybe and see new places, meet new people. And
learn a lot of swear words in different languages.
Exactly. Yeah. But I also know that you're I don't know. Are you more a studio guy or a touring guy?
Ooh, I don't know. I love both. I love having fun on stage. I don't really care for the business side of music. So that's why I like playing with you, because when that comes up, it's like, I don't know, we don't have enough merch, or the merch doesn't sell well enough. It's like,
not my problem.
Yeah, I'll call Tim. Which sounds horrible. Yeah, but that's the sort of stress I really don't like about the music business or the music industry, or like, okay, what needs to be the next single or whatever, all that stuff. No, I care about making cool music, and if it's on stage or in the studio, it doesn't matter.
Well, you say it this way, but you have and had a bunch of other music projects. How do you do you have the same position there, or is it more, because it's my big struggle with this project. It's what I always used to call a solo project, and I ask friends that wanna go on tour with me, and I will take care of all the shit work that's to do, or most of it. And it's not like, okay, let's ask some friends, let's start a band. Thing. I wish that we could say like, you got to do social media, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's not the case. But for your other projects, right now, you're playing a band called Mayleaf. Still have your last show with St. Plaster still standing because of Corona. It's going to be postponed.
Yeah.
You used to play, for example, the last bigger project was Call It Off.
And we still have to do a final show with that.
You still have to do. You got so many final shows. But so, how do you deal with that in those projects? Are you saying like, hey guys, no, I'm not going to do the business part. I'm not going to do anything that I don't like, or because I guess you have to.
That's sort of what I said for Mayleaf. Yeah. So Call It Off was a classic band, right? So everybody worked for everything, and that's when I found out. I mean, we did pretty okay in the Netherlands, and that's when I found out how much I hated that part of the industry. And that's also why I appreciate playing with you probably even more, because I do see everything, right? So you might sometimes play with people, or you're in a band with people who might not know how much freaking work it is to arrange hotels every day, to have a van, and to budget everything, social media, everything. Like, there's so many little things, and then in these little things there are a million details. So I have experience with it because of Call It Off. I know that I freaking hate it, and that's sort of the reason why I stopped doing it. For example, for Mayleaf. So I started that with that intention. It's like, okay, we can do this, but someone else has to sort of tackle those problems. And that's what's happening right now. And it's less serious in a sense. I mean, we're very ambitious, but we're also, we're people with mortgages and fathers and stuff like that. So like with children.
Yeah. So you don't want to go full on, but as good as it's possible, or the situation that you're all in.
Yeah, you just want to make cool music. That's
Exactly.
the point. And then Call It Off is really like we want to get as far as possible, make it as big as possible, which worked great for years. And then at some point it was done.
Yeah, just too much work and less, results maybe.
Well, yeah, and if
or
it's
what you
your
were
own,
hoping for.
if it's your own project, I mean, I didn't make any money with Call It Off, right? I mean, I made because you invest everything in the band to make sure that it can keep on growing. It has to be bigger, and every tour you need to have something new or flashy to make sure that everybody stays interested in your act.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it sucks. The business part really
Oh,
does suck, and
yeah.
I have the same thing. And I don't know.
So I called you at some point when we were playing together, and Call It Off is still like super active. Exactly about this, like how do you do this? How do you do this? You're one person. We're four people, and I can't anymore.
No, I have those moments now and then where I just really think like, why, how. No,
exactly,
I don't.
Exactly,
it's everyone thinking like, oh, cool. So you're making music. So you party. Yeah, you do whatever you want to do. It's definitely not. You're just thinking all the time. Just how am I able to continue or to stay busy or to be able to tour, because there's always a reason why you cannot go on tour. There's always a reason why not to book you, because you don't have a new album, or you have a new album but you already played here 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah,
so there's always excuses, and that's frustrating.
And then your new record's out, and there's like, okay, when's the new EP gonna come or whatever? Like, yeah,
I actually got that message. Like, last week someone asked me like, oh, what about an EP? I was like, dude, 4 days ago I released my new album.
Yeah,
chill.
And I totally understand that. I mean, people don't realize how much work goes into that, and that's fine, right? But it's not
only that work, because I told them like my rooms are just packed with vinyl boxes. I don't have space, and I just invested a shitload of money on a new album. It's gonna probably take another 3 years before that's all back. Easy, but I also understand they don't know that, and I mean, I'm not pissed off when I got those questions.
No, it's just funny. It's just funny.
It is definitely is. Yeah, exactly what you say. It's funny, and it's people will probably never understand it as long as you don't have to do anything with it. So
yeah, it's fine as long as you still. I mean, you have the highs as well, right? So what people say is like, oh, you party all the time, and the shows, like, that's still there, and that is great, and. But that's why I like this so much. It's a really small part. It's a really small part. Definitely.
But it's the overall thing. Exactly what I like as well. It's just it's the good times on stage, and especially the good times off stage, and the times back home. It's great to be back home, but all the work behind a computer, and especially right now in this situation, being active only on social media, that's terrible, because I didn't make music to, sit behind a computer and.
Sell yourself or something. No.
Yeah, not only that, but only just try to find new things all the time. So, yeah, it's the situation. We got to deal with it, and hopefully we will get out of this really
here we are recording a podcast.
Exactly. Hey, another question, which is it's interesting also for other people, but I like it as well. It's like, so we travel average, I would say nowadays. We try to get it a little bit down to 5 hours, hopefully. 5 hours is still okay-ish. I think 3 hours is perfect. Everything below 3 hours is perfect. 5 hours, okay, it has to be like that. 8 hours, it's fucked up. Anyway, sitting 8 hours together in a small van, I think that's exactly the time where we all start to get numb, and then, arrive at the venue. Getting backstage, and what would be the things that make it all good, make the 8 hours drive for you as good as possible to see backstage? Because people think like, we all know the stories about the M&Ms, only blue ones. That's not realistic, and I think we are really easygoing when it comes rider-wise. But I know there are always things that can make us happy, and it's also good for me to know, because if there are a couple of things that makes you happy, I'm gonna try my very best for the next tour to make you feel like that every day. So let me know. 3 must-haves backstage, which makes you happy, which makes you forget about the 8-hour drive.
The most important thing. it's silly. I mean, you spend, I think, sort of silence.
I was really thinking like, oh yeah, I would like to have some really nice vegetables and cut it like this and.
Oh no! Yeah. Yes.
Silence.
Obviously, it's nice to have nice food or fresh vegetables. That's all great, right? But
silence, okay. But
I mean,
you have to silence in the bus already, don't you?
Yeah, but no personal space or whatsoever, and it's never entirely silent. There's always like some music on, or you're having a conversation. But having the opportunity to sort of take yourself out of that group for just 5 minutes or whatever, or just to walk around the venue or whatever, right? That is something I really value, right? So I like festivals a lot, but for the playing, the backstages are always super close. So it's super noisy, so that I can't really relax in those situations. So I just grab a beer and go for it. But on tour, I love it when it's just peaceful, right? So when you get to the venue and people are super nice, but they're not especially if you're not too late, for example. Not that we're ever often late, but if you're late, then you have to be quick, unpack everything, set everything up. When you have the time, and so maybe time is better than silence or space. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's gotta be weird. So I'm gonna set up a rider, and I'm gonna say so the things that we need on a rider is water, some beers, and time.
Time. No,
it's not gonna work.
But do you understand what I mean, though?
I totally understand what you mean. A clean, big backstage is really nice because, especially that big, it sounds weird, but it's what you say. It's your personal space. And in those bigger venues, when you have a couch somewhere in the corner, you can just relax and close your eyes for a while and lay down. Which is nice.
Which seems silly because you've just spent 8 hours in a van, but still, I want to lay down on a couch. Yeah, it's great. So
people got to know that when we travel in a small van, mostly one that's keeping together with tape and some kind of weird screws, and there are holes there and holes there. Man, I really did. You actually tour with my older vans, with my own vans back in the days?
The white one, the white one. Yeah. I toured with that one. Yeah.
I miss that. I miss having my own van, and because then you exactly know it's all working. And the last couple of tours we had vans where we were like, I don't know. Yeah. Is this gonna work?
is this sound new? No, it was like that yesterday. It's like okay.
Where at night driving, it's got to be difficult because of all the lights blinking in your face from the dashboard while you're driving. We actually really did have that. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we can put it on a rider.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's got to be a problem if they only have a 2x2 backstage. Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, what are things what should I put on a rider for you?
Oh, what else? I love it when you get to the venue and there's proper good coffee. It doesn't need to be high quality, but a proper filter coffee or whatever. It's just something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it helps. It's part of the silence thing. It's okay, having a little special moment for me, right? It's
okay, I get it.
Get a cup of fresh, hot, pouring hot coffee, and then So that would be the second thing. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, obviously, I have to say beer. Obviously, I mean,
it's always nice to open the first beer of the day. Because we're not the van beer drinking band.
No.
Right? After the show maybe, but it's just on the way there. You will see a lot of beers on the tour, so it's just nice to have some water or something else. But it's always nice to arrive at the venue. What you said as well, time. When you have enough time, can first arrive and relax and have your first beer in the first half an hour. That's always good.
Yeah.
Next to the coffee, first coffee, then beer.
Yeah, and it would be sort of I would be a hypocrite if I didn't say beer because I like drinking a nice cold. Beer at a show. But definitely time. Yeah, but now that I think about it, because I love just setting up my stuff and other people's stuff as well. Just taking my time for it, restringing guitars for you as well, to take some stress off of your work.
Yeah.
that's not work for me. It's me time. I put on my headphones. I lay all the guitars down, and then restring everything, and it's very peaceful and calming now.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most important things. Enough space to do all those things. I like it when the venue has got enough space to just set up and restring the guitars. But the time is so important. It's so important to have time. And sometimes it's if you're in a massive traffic jam or something else happened, we will always make it happen. That's not a problem. But as soon as you hit the stage, especially on a stressy afternoon, it's nice to just relax and I totally agree with that. So we have but you can still pick one. We have beer and coffee. Time is something we have to deal with.
But those are the most important things. Because even if you want to warm up, like your vocal cords or whatever, then I hate it when there's I don't like bothering other people in the backstage with my vocal warm up, right? So if there's another space somewhere I can do that, then that'd be great. So if I had to say one more thing, then clean toilets.
Yeah.
All right, because there's no toilet on the van, so there's going to be 5 guys on the verge of exploding every day, and then it's nice to have a nice bathroom.
Totally agree. Yeah, good one. That's good. Yeah. And what kind of when we're still on that topic, what kind of venues do you actually like more? Like, are you a guy that goes for the cozy ones? With maybe not enough space, and maybe your backstage isn't that big, or do you prefer the big ones, like the newer ones, which is always nice because everything is mostly working fine and it's nice to set up and everything, but it might affect the intimate part of the show?
That's a difficult question. So when it comes to facilities, like the newer venues are always better, right? I mean, so you can't complain about them. And then sometimes these shows are still awesome as well, but the venues, like the smaller venues with the character, are show-wise somehow are easier to play. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I mean I totally agree with that. Yeah. But do you have an example of a venue that you really like that we played together, for example?
So
is there one that's still stuck in your head? Not, I mean, that doesn't mean that we don't like the others, of course. But there's one. So I have a feeling what is really like your. Maybe it's an in between thing that you like.
Yeah, and it's a combination as well. So if I like the shows, I like. There's one super tiny venue that we play with a really tiny stage. I think it's Hamburg. No. Hanover? I don't know. We played it with Hector as well, the first run, and I think it was sold out both times.
Was that the one with the really narrow stage?
Yeah, so it's really low as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you enter the room, the stage directly on the left.
Yeah, so there's a little wall, and then there's the stage immediately.
Yeah, that's Hanover. Exactly, yeah.
Is it Luxor or something? I don't know what it's...
No, it's not Luxor. Shit, man. I've played there last...
we'll just edit this out.
Exactly. We just gotta, we're not gonna say anything. We just, move our mouths, you gotta overdub it. No, you're actually completely right. It's not the Luxor, it's the Lux. So it was good enough.
Almost. Yeah. So... Yeah. But that is a venue with a very small backstage, actually. Great coffee, though, or small backstage. It's just a smaller backstage, and you share the toilets with audience, which is totally fine.
But
the shows are always so good.
These are exactly the things that you didn't like.
Yeah,
before.
Right. Exactly. So, and then if I have to say, okay, what's one show you remember? It's that venue. I don't know why. It's great.
Is that because you can't remember all the other shows, or
possibly no? I remember because the people were really nice too. I think they took us to a restaurant to eat both times, so the food was great as well.
Yeah. They're nice people overall, like that. They're working there. Yeah.
Yeah, and the people there. I mean, if the show is good, then that trumps everything, right? That's always the most important part.
It's not only the show. For me personally, is when we arrive at the venue and you feel really welcomed by the people that organize it. That makes it totally different. I have shows, and mostly mostly when it's solo shows where we just arrive. Where you just have a feeling they don't really care. And I totally understand. They probably see 5 million bands in 1 year, and they cannot care about every single act. But, you know, it makes such a difference when you just arrive at the place, and people are just, you know, back in the days where you could still do that, give you a hand and say, welcome, here are your drinks. If there's anything we can help you with, let us know. It makes such a massive difference. I mean, we also had shows, I still remember, where the promoter, I didn't even know who the promoter was the whole night. And then I got to know from, I think, our sound engineer was like, oh, that was actually our promoter. And we're just saying like, oh, I was speaking with someone else the whole time. You know, and that's already, that for me, it can definitely make a difference.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it goes both ways as well, right? So, and I like that's, because that's something you stress on tours as well, right? It's that your attitude is so much reflected by the people around you. So if you're arrogant or an asshole or whatever, then that's how you're going to get treated as well. And I'm not saying that that's what you do, but you always invest time in the people that help you out in the local venue, right? So you always shake hands, you always say goodbye, you always thank the technicians there, the promoter there, which is, in my experience, not something that all the musicians I've worked with would do automatically. And I think,
but what you say, like it's so important, because without even one part of those people missing, the night would not work as it would.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I might have forgot that back in the days as well, or maybe I still do. And I'm sorry if I didn't say hello or whatever. It's just that, or most of the time
it depends on your day as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's really important. It doesn't matter if it's the security, because, you know, without security, it would also not be safe enough or whatever.
And you can have so much fun with all these people. I mean,
it's true. You know, like, oh man, that's. But and that, again, it's another question for later on, or a thingy. But I remember, man, when what I said earlier as well. We are the guys who just try. It's not always like that. We're not crazy party people or whatever. But if we can, we stay a little longer and we hang out with the people, and especially you and me. And we have that mission, turn off the light. That means we want to be the last guys, and we just turn off the light. I actually did make that happen on your wedding, by the way.
Yes. And I appreciate it, yeah.
Yeah. But no, but it makes such a difference. It builds up something, and I think it's not only because the people there will like it, but it's also our little thank you. You know, we can pack our bags and directly go to the hotel, which is also understandable and acceptable when bands do that, because, you know, you cannot do that every night, and maybe they've done it the days before. But if we can, we will definitely do that. And it's also nice to hear those stories of those people and talk with them and you know, give them something back. It's not much, but a little hangout and a little fun.
It's simple math as well, right? You can talk to the same 6 guys you've spent 8 hours with in a van.
You don't want to after 2 days.
All these new people.
Yeah, no, that's true. No,
that haven't heard all your jokes yet, so you can reuse this. Yeah, reuse the same jokes. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, especially last days, I got a bunch of interviews, and one question which people ask me quite often, but it's still one of the hardest questions. So this one was actually one that I asked some days before we were going to do this. People are asking me, can you tell me a nice, cool, or your favorite road story? And I always say, like, well, that's like right at the moment I cannot do that, because I will not tell it the best way, or, you know, it's always like, yeah, it's just really hard. And we have so many, and I probably forgot 1,000 of them.
And the best stories you can't really tell, right?
That's totally true, and it's not going to be as good, and it's going to be, but just for us, maybe, and it's probably not going to be as fun for people to hear that. But is there one specific moment where you think of? I definitely have one, and I was expecting we had the same actually, but it just was one of those good moments.
Is it the Mexicana one?
Yes, exactly. but it was the whole day. It was the whole day. First of all, do you have any like a memory which makes you happy or laugh or think about it in a good way that we spent together, or like somewhere on tour, or a moment where you felt like, oh man, this is exactly why I'm doing this?
Well, there's several, right? But the Mexicana story is one of them, right? I can't really look at long drink glasses anymore without thinking about a full
but it was the whole day. It was definitely. But was that the same night with the cat tramp stamp?
Yep, same night. Katzenklippe.
And that was also was that also the one with the lady asking us not to have orgies on the hotel room?
Same night. Yeah.
Cool. I've been checking.
I think it was the same day that with the fake noses and the glasses.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That's why. Yeah. Now it all comes together. And I've been checking on that because I want to know which show that was. That was on a festival called Tijgerok in Bad Salz-dat-Fürth. If you ask me where to point it on the map, I'm probably not able anymore. But the fun thing, were you there the year before as well?
No, I don't think so.
No, because that was the show that got cancelled because of the heavy storm.
I really don't know.
Wasn't that what you? Yeah, but you should have known that, because there was the year before we got asked to play there. We were driving. There was a massive storm. We figured out the show got cancelled, but we decided to just continue driving and go up there and still see what's possible. And then we ended up playing in front of the whole organization in the local youth center. That was not what you. I think that was with Roel. Anyway, we got asked to play the year after again, which I was really happy about because of all these lovely people that worked their ass off the year before. So yeah, we went. Yeah, this time you went with us on that festival, and I don't know. It already started with us walking to the hotel, and one of the ladies of the organization just walked in our direction and talked with us, and they asked us, or she asked us politely, if we could not have orgies on the hotel room or trust the hotel room.
With something.
Actually, I wouldn't say it pissed me off, but I was shocked. Like, what do you think of us? What do you expect from us? What, like, do we look like this is gonna happen? And
but apparently, maybe, yeah.
But it wasn't it because of the previous year it happened or something like that?
I don't know. I think because she said something like, "Because I know how you musicians are, or rock musicians are." There was some sort of quote like that with that. It's like maybe, but not us. No. I do
believe that she never. Yeah, I do believe that she will never ask that question anymore.
I don't know.
Because the whole night.
We made fun of her.
We made fun of her with that question. That, like, the whole night.
Yeah.
What was the thing with the Mexicana, by the way? Or you want to say something else, by the way?
No. I know. I can't remember what happened. At some point, you were like 5 or 10 meters away from me, very late in the night, talking to her, and then I don't know. I can't remember. There was some question, and I just shouted something German towards her, and it was funny, but I can't remember any. So yeah, doesn't make sense. Mexicana story. All right. So this is before you were suddenly the bartender that night.
That is weird. I sometimes end up behind the bar, but I had a feeling they were not really happy with me up there, right?
I was happy with you, so it's all good. Yeah. No, that was great. But there was a beforehand, and I mean, you were having fun with the bartenders and some local, people who were at the show and were having fun with us, just drinking, right? And then they were going to give you free shots. Like, and I think it was 2 other people with you.
That was, by the way, with another band called Miljarden, which I actually really liked. It's a German band, and I always thought they were heavy drinkers. I guess they were because they drank my long glasses.
They might, yeah.
Drinks.
I don't know,
Yeah.
because I was just watching this, right? So I wasn't a part of this, but I literally see this happen. It's like 3 shot glasses of Mexicana are put on the bar, and you say something like, "What's this? Like a drink for children or something like that." I don't know. So the shot was gone, and then like 3 long drink glasses appeared that were filled completely with Mexicana, and then you suddenly sort of, in a sneaky manner, didn't drink any of it, and then had the other people drink it.
Long glasses. Hey, but a good thing about that night is we did turn off the lights, and I think it was only us 2, right? The rest was already gone.
Yeah, I think, but it was I think Foko and Sergey played that night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I think Sergey was the person.
And yeah, you ended up with a tramp stamp. Some kind of
Sergey was the person who
whatever it was. I don't know. I have a picture
yeah.
of that one as well. Yeah.
Not my best moment. But I am forever part of the Katzenklippe. So
Good now. Yeah, that was. But again, right now when we're telling this story, it was more fun for us than for anyone else.
Probably, yeah.
But now at least they know how we sometimes handle things, and we don't do shots. We only do long drinks. No, just kidding, man. That was
we just talk a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think we were not even talking anymore. I think we were just screaming over the whole area. Yeah. Well, well, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a great moment when you're very, I don't know, intoxicated yourself, and at some point you realize, I guess Timbledale's the bartender now.
Yeah, that's never a good idea. Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
Happens. Yeah, but it's it's good to give the people something, and if that's if
it's free drinks,
if it's a drink, that's even